Oh my, I think I'm live. I'm not sure. Stream. Where do I even? Okay, I'm in here. Is that better? Okay. Hi guys. I didn't know. StreamYard. Look, StreamYard is so weird this morning. Let's see if I can do this. That helps. I gotta get this other Tiffany out of here. Good morning. Good afternoon. I keep hearing an echo, and it's gonna drive me nuts. Weirdest thing. The other live that I had tried to start, it it said, it was time for me to go live, and there was no button to go live. Okay, that's that. I don't know if anybody's watching the Delphi case at all, but it's been on Verdict Watch all weekend, so I've been watching it. You couldn't hear me now? Is there something new weird going on? I'm gonna try and do it with the echo, but it's a little annoying. StreamYard is pissing me off. That's why I'm using Restream at the moment. I'm gonna change. The thing is, there are a lot of people use different sh- streaming, and StreamYard is just what I started with. And like last year, about this time when I was doing more videos, I just upgraded to the what $20 a month one or whatever it is. So like I've been paying for it all this time and I don't use it really. I really don't even need to pay for it, but I'm gonna have to get rid of it because I've not been happy with it the past few times. What the heck is this? I wonder if I go out and come back. I wonder if both of you would leave or just one of me leave. Vladimir joined the stream in a couple of hours. Hopefully, I don't mess it up. I'm sure you won't. The interfaces aren't working for me. Makes it difficult to do stuff. Yeah, it's this morning has just been a disaster. How are you guys doing it? How are you doing this morning? It is chilly here. Not as chilly as mine, I'm sure. But when I woke up this morning, it was just freezing. Don't mess up the StreamYard. Don't mess up the StreamYard. StreamYard is there, honey. I don't know how it put two of me in here. And I even have the other one of me muted. Like I can mute the other one of me. Look. see here, I'm muted. Whatever. It's whatever. I just thought we could have some coffee this morning, just have a little hello, good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? What's on the plate for the weekend? I have nothing today. I'm cold. Like I told you guys earlier, adjusting to the weather change and the time change. Look how we effed up. But I'm just gonna hang and be around the community and paint maybe a little bit. Just kind of get comfy, puppy at my feet. Hey y'all. Thanks, my glasses. I tell you guys, I don't know if you know Mrs. Roper. You guys don't hear that good, do you? Mrs. Roper from Three's Company. When I was young, I was always like, I want to look like Mrs. Roper when I'm older, right? She was just so tacky and glamorous. I loved it. So sometimes I see little things that I'm like, oh, that's a Mrs. Roper. And so these were my glasses. And actually, see really good out of them. They're like my favorite ones to see out of, no matter what the outside looks like. Maya, I don't know what. Hopefully, your StreamYard will just be fine. I don't know. Don't mess up StreamYard. Don't be a jerk. Brian been up for 4 hours thinking about taking a nap. Yeah, it's probably a good day for a nap, huh? It's chilly. Is it chilly there, Brian? I bet it is. Hey, Sophia. So good to see you, honey. It's hey, cute Maya. Hey, cute Sophia. Hey, cute Maya. So cute. You're both so cute. It was nice seeing you on live yesterday, Sophia, over on Keela's channel, Mental Health Matters. And I'll put a link to it down below because a lot of what we talk about over here, talking about uh, illness and chronic illness and pain and different. I mean, we talk about all kinds of things, but that's like my main shtick is just talking about how we physically feel and just being honest about that. And that's okay. When I come on here and say, oh God, my wake up this morning was so painful. And it was, you guys. But I'm not saying that for sympathy for me, you know. I'm just saying to the rest of the people in the world that also feel like that, it's okay to speak it, to say, oh, this really hurts. This is a tough one. That doesn't mean you don't try to be the most productive person that you can be during the day. And we try to have a good positive attitude, right? So I think that the Mental Health Matters channel is something that I would like to promote with what I talk about, which is the autoimmune illnesses and the chronic illnesses and living that lifestyle. People that stay home most of the time have pretty much stopped having to go out on the daily. I've said, before, you know, for me, I don't go out every day. Everybody knows that. I'm very social on social media. I talk to people every day. I have a social life. I'm married. I have kids and a grandbaby. So I pull it together and go out for important things. But for the regular day, I'm just really trying to maintain myself and how I and I think a lot of people in this community, or that come over here understand that, and, it's okay to talk about. That's one thing I love. We talk about the ex-Scientology community, and we talk about the art community and, uh, everybody. We talk about everything, but one of the big things for me is checking in on people and how are we feeling physically, mentally, um, and so having or offering the Mental Health Matters channel, um, I'm really down with doing that, because I think it would be good for our people. So, and it was nice seeing all you guys in there, uh, yesterday, and I love the panel thing. You guys know I love the panels where we get to see each other, and it's almost like you get to meet and put a face to the names, right? And so it makes you feel a little bit more connected to people, and I love that. Well, maybe, Brian, if you get something to eat, um, you might get a little sleepy. Yeah, Brian says, "I'm gonna do the same thing I do every day, stay here and figure out how to keep from going back crap bananas." And truth, right? That's a lot of times, that's just what it is. I know with this body, and I know with a lot of our bodies, they're not our friend. Me and my body argue all the time. Get your shit together. Do you guys This is a side note, but I went to the foot doctor yesterday. This foot is still not fucking healed. I broke it the 4th of July, got the screw put in on the 12th of July, and here we are, November 9th. So some things, and those are things that we talk about, medicines that may affect my healing or other people's healing. And I love that a lot of you guys have been also learning, and I love that. All right, let's just get. You're right, Maya. I got the impression StreamYard was acting up, so I thought there was something weird going on. There was something weird going, and I didn't know how weird it was until I went live. I mean, it was weird the first time because I was trying to go live. There was no live button, go live button, and so that was weird. But then when I came over and I started the new one, it looked fine. But then it just put an extra person in here, which is me, who's annoying. Let's see. So it's not just fun getting to the wisdom, it comes with a lot of crispiness. Yes. It's overcast, drizzly, chilly. Yeah, I know. Even my dogs, they're like, "Where's the blanket for me?" Yeah, I think we all love seeing you, Sophia. I always think you're just the cutest whenever I see you. Mental health absolutely does matter, especially in this community, absolutely. And I would love to go on Mental Health Matters. I don't know if I'm somebody that Keela would wanna have on, but I would love to go, on her channel and talk, and yeah, I would love it. You guys know how big I am about mental health and, um, needing it and it being okay, and it being okay for anyone, and, a lot of times something I've learned over time is the sooner we address the deep problems, which sometimes we can't do. Sometimes people just are not willing to do that, and I know plenty of people that aren't. You know, they could really benefit from therapy. They know it. I know it, but they just can't do it because what they would have to face in there is so intimidating. And my heart breaks for that, really, you know? Morning, Tomas. How are you, sweetie? Okay, poet. I'll ask her. Oh, yes, I had been there for a while and did not connect the dots pieces, Sophia, on the stream, and you hadn't said anything. Yeah, she's so cute. I always, I always just know it's her once I've seen her because she's so cute. And remember when she had that red hair, the real red hair? Sophia, I will never forget that. She was just the cutest little thing. What happened here? Oh, well, I think that these people with the Delphi, I know you guys must not be following it, but there must be a verdict. What did you say about snow, Maya? 2 feet of snow last weekend. 3 days ago, it started raining like crazy, so the snow melted, and that was a lot of water. So roads and houses are flooded out now. Did you guys have a lot of ice? That's the worst part, like, when it snows and it's so cold and then it freezes. I have straight opened the car door, stepped on the ground, and just bloop all the way down, banged my head. Not attractive at all. It's my ex-wife. Whenever we suggest she get help, and she'd go ballistic, right? And that's almost a sign of somebody that could use some therapy because y that person has unresolved issues that they don't wanna face. I'm almost always like I need therapy. Always. Like, there's always shit going on in life that I could use therapy. It's nice to have someone that is, like a third party. They're not invested in your life. They're not gonna tell you what you wanna hear. They're not gonna coddle the situation. Now, I've had terrible therapists where I've sat there and kind of felt like you made all the decisions about me in the first 5 minutes of my speaking. You didn't listen. So waste of my time. And that's very frustrating, right? Because reaching out for therapy can be difficult. And waiting, and then, like, getting to the point where you're like, "I need therapy. I really need to reach out to someone and talk to someone." And it can be really frustrating when you get to that person and it just doesn't click and you don't feel, maybe as relieved or as helped as you wanted to. So but if that's the case, don't stop. Look for somebody different. You know, don't let that discourage you from getting what you need, because there are wonderful therapists out there, wonderful, and people that invest in you and in your life and what's going on. I'm gonna pull it back up, right? Oh, my fire, I get right, it was so cute, I loved it. You look adorable now too, but yeah, I just remember that. You beautiful hair. Yeah, I wanted to read that. The one time I suggested she do that, she slapped me. The only time it even got physical between us, I always walked away. I imagine you do, Brian, uh, for a lot of reasons, I would imagine, but that's the problem, right? When you have to put your hands on somebody, uh, that's not okay. It's a problem. I need to look at that. This is not what I wanna be doing. Avoidance is bigger obstacle than everything else. Part of my family will even avoid avoidance, and I do, and they always got big time hurt, made it worse along the way. Oh, well, and that's the thing, right? That's what we're talking about. It's like you carry this shit with you if you don't deal with it and you don't address it. And oh dear, yes, the avoidance. And I think the avoidance is safety for a lot of people. Even in my family, I think everybody is pretty much like, "Oh, Tiffany," like, you never know what I'm gonna say, you know? And not that I'm not ever trying to be hurtful. Everything I say comes with love, but that doesn't always fit when you're living the avoidance, right? And I'm not. So that always doesn't make, everyone a fan of what I have to say. But there are things for me, I'm very much a person that when I have a deep feeling about something, I've gotta get it out. Like, uh I mean, if there's something I'm very passionate about, especially when it comes to my family or my friends, if there's like a concern, and usually it's like a safety concern or something like that. What you do in your personal life, that's your business. I don't any of that. But I will say, like, should we do this maybe? Or da, 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 da. People don't always like that. Anyway, anybody have any plans for the day other than fun? Are we all hunkering down in the house? That is the cutest. I'm about to get a phone call, and I know it's gonna be my daughter. Oh, maybe not. That was me. Oh, no, there it went. Yep, chilling Netflix. Yeah, I think that's the day. I don't know what, I haven't watched a movie in so long. I don't have, like, the brain space for a movie, yet I can watch 2-hour, 3-hour YouTube. So maybe because they're more interactive if I want them to be. What time is your paint with Brad, Maya? I'll try to make that. I can't focus on a movie, I just watch random clips. I know, and I miss that, to be honest. Sometimes, you know, I miss, I miss being able to just, like, go on the couch and get comfortable with a blanket and just chill out, watch a movie, like, zone out. I can't do that anymore. Um, yeah, so it's and that's frustrating. 'Cause I'm like, "Oh, I wanna go relax," but it's not relaxing. Sucks. But see, it's part of life, and that's the I'm not trying to be a downer, right? You guys know me. I'm not being a downer, I'm just trying to be real, and a lot of people feel that way. Nope, no plans for the day. Probably walk down to the store later, get a hunk of pizza for lunch. Been watching a lecture series on unsung heroes of the ancient world. Ooh, cool. I like stuff like that too. Like I find history and different things, and I'll just delve into that. But again, it's it's broken up in shorter pieces, right? And I can do that. But also I'm learning at the same time, and I do like that. All right, so Maya, your stream is at noon Eastern time. I might go to the lake for a bit if I don't get stuck in the rabbit hole watching the singing at Shane McGowan's memorial. Oh, yeah. I bet that would be beautiful. Yeah, I could see you getting stuck in that rabbit hole, sweetie. Now that you mentioned it, maybe I'll get stuck in the rabbit hole. There's so many different things going on online, which is so crazy. But I have to say, if there is a time, uh, if there is a time to have to be like in the house, like more disabled, uh, I'm thankful for social media and the friends. It's like I have something to do even though I'm in my house. I come into my office, it's I'm thankful for it because otherwise, who the hell would I talk to? But my husband, and I can't just do that. You can just, oh my God, I'd go crazy. Okay, Brian says, the lake sounds lovely too, Sophia. Also gonna do another test live with Restream later today. Maybe I'll put around with that and see how that works. Oh, come on, Tiff. We all know you're a downer. Maya. Uh, when I get my butt back in school, I'm going for a history degree with a minor in creative writing. That's beautiful, poet. And I think that it sounds like it suits you perfectly. Proud of you for going back to school. Going back to school uh, at an older age is really invigorating. And like I went back to school in my 30s and like it was so different. I just loved learning and I was much more into it. Without the community, I don't think I've made it through these last couple years. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, Brian? It's nice to make friends. It's nice to watch our friends get on and talk and do their individual things. That's the thing. The community has so many different uh, things to offer as we step outside of Scientology and what all the um, never ends and that Scientologists have to offer and what their talents are. And I love to see that. And it's been wonderful to meet people, and it's been wonderful to have guys like you that we just support each other, on my little channel. I'm never really trying to get it to grow. I'm never promoting it really. And it's nice that we just show up for each other. And I love seeing you guys every day or every few days. If I don't see uh, people, I'm like, hey, where is this person? Right? I mean, because it's been a long time. We were talking about the other day. Would you say, Brian, 2 years? I have a video. I have one video up of a pre-show. I don't know if you're on it, Brian. I don't know who was on it, but I have a pre-show video from like a year ago that we did. Remember, there used to be the little pre-show. Sorry about my dogs. There's probably a cat sitting at a window intimidating her because that's what the kitties do. They sit on the deck at the window and just say, "Na na na na." Brian, I saw that this morning. I actually look at it every day, and it's I was, like, so excited this morning, like, that you broke the first milestone, right? I was so excited. So happy for you, and I will put the link to Brian's, uh, GoFundMe. Is that what it is? GoFundSend? I can never remember. They all tell me what it is, but I will put the link to it in the description of the video. It was in the description of the first video I tried to do, but that didn't work out. So I'll add it. The rabbit holes are strong and they're all over. I know, that's the thing. But that's also something that keeps me busy, it keeps me entertained, and it helps me feel like I'm still using my brain and learning shit. And also being able to interact with other people and share, my knowledge or my experiences, um, and being able to help other people, that's been a huge thing for me. That has truthfully, uh, kept me going, um, for all these years now. It's been almost 7 years. We had this retired professor from medical university starting a political science degree for fun, and I loved that so much, right? Yeah, just for fun to learn. Here, um, at the university here, and I think most of them have the over 65 program where you can go back to the university for free and get education if you're over 65. And I think that's really cool. And yeah, my mother-in-law, she's all about learning. She'll take a class just because. Yeah, the Monday shows, right? Give, send, go. Okay. It's a give, send, go, Brian says. There's so many different ones, and they all are very similar in their verbiage, right? The rabbit holes. That's the thing. Sometimes somebody will just mention a name, and I'm like, "Oh, who's that person? Oh, duh, duh, duh. Oh, who are they married to? Who are their kids? Oh, no, he didn't." Yeah, it's like you really get down the rabbit hole. My dog is scratching my leg. She's like, "I want some of this blankie." So says Brian, understanding history is the best way to not see it repeated, and with your writing background, you can reach a lot of people. Very much so. Yeah, history needs to be learned and taught. Proper history, not what we decide we want people to know. Did I hear that wrong? Did someone get free education? Yes, people over 65 can go back to college for free. I know the university here has a program. Uh, maybe it's oh, Brian, you already do reach a lot of people in a lot of different ways. It's not just one way, truthfully. You reach a lot of people in a lot of different ways. It's interesting. I know the community's been through a lot of, and I'm not going to be negative. It's just interesting to see kind of who is where. And it just kinda shows personality, that's all. I'm not saying it shows, like, any negativity. I'm just saying it kinda just shows personalities, and I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it, but that is for another day. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Are you fucking kidding me? People over 65 get free education, but the young people, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, it probably does depend on availability, but yeah. 60 or 62. Yeah. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I think it's a nice thing to offer because, people retire at that age. And I think that as I get older, I don't know about you guys, but it's like you look back at your life and you're like, that there was an opportunity. I wonder, I hate to look at them as like missed opportunities, but it's almost like what would have the outcome of this opportunity have been had I taken it, right? And so I think being that age, 60 and up, being able to get a degree if you want to, go and learn about something that you want to, you know, um, do what you want to do, or do if you feel like you missed anything, go do that. You know what I mean? Mischief said to me, and I love that woman. Hey, Wit, good to see you, sweetie. Mischief said to me, she's like, Tiff, I was turning 50 last year, remember? And she said, Tiff, you're in the fall of your life. I'm in the winter. And I never thought about it like that before, the spring, summer, fall, and winter. So I guess as I'm in my fall portion of my life, there are things that maybe I wished I would have done when I was young. One of the things I wished I would have done when I was young was be a fly jumper. Where you jump off the cliff and you're just in a suit and you look like what are those, the little sugar gliders? That's something I would have done when I was young. There's just certain things that, like, you look back and you're like, "Oh, like, I really can't do that now. Maybe I would have done that when I was younger." One of those jumpers. So it says, "I wanna do my PhD in Finland because you got a sword for your graduation and the degree." Dude, that's the coolest. Oh, I'm all for that. How cool is that? I want a sword for graduation. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great that older people get free education, but holy cow, honestly, is it the youngest who really needs? Yes, it will never make sense, right? And the young people can work to pay it back. The 65-year-olds are not gonna live that, which sucks. But yeah, that's the thing, the loan. It's all about money. It Free education would be a beautiful thing, wouldn't it? I mean, even what you have to spend on books and materials, labs, different things like that, that shit can add up on its own without paying the school fees, right? Like, it's pretty expensive just to go to school to have the materials and the books, things like that that you need. I remember I've had like a $500 fucking book. And then you're like, "Anybody have this book for sale? Anybody have this book for sale?" Brian, you will have so much fun. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. I hope that you share this journey with us a little bit, and, um and I don't want you to feel any pressure, at least not from over here, you know? We're always behind you. Well, that's America. Well, just starting off there, Maya. Well, that's America, hey, yes, you have, like, 150 choices of cereals to choose from in the grocery store, but only 2 presidential can right? We only have well, they have the financial backing. We have other we have other candidates. I don't remember if there were 5 people on the ballot or 4 when I voted. Um, I think there were 4 or 5. So there are other candidates, they just don't have the financial backing, and so unless you are into it and follow those certain parties or people, y you're not gonna know what's going on. I mean, how many times did Ralph Nader run for president? He was always on the ballot forever, and he didn't hardly campaign, he didn't have the funds. Uh, whoops. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. There's 2 that have financial backing, and those are one of those 2 are gonna win. Life's short enough anyway, even if you're living a full lifespan, so live while you're still able to. Absolutely, sweetheart. That's the thing. Go do what you wanna do, you know? Um, especially when you get to that age or you've worked at your job for 30 my mom just retired January 1st it'll be a full year, and she had worked for her company for 40 years. 40 years, you guys. That's crazy. So, it's good for I think, once they retire to have options and have different things to do, you know, and, get into or whatever. So, I it doesn't make sense, and a lot of things don't make sense, and the other thing that I wanted to I know we had talked about the election a little bit the day before, uh, November 6th, right, or 4th, I don't remember which day it was, 4th. We had, talked about it a little bit the day before, and then we hadn't talked about it afterwards. And the one thing that I wanna say about the election, the outcome of the election, and, like, I don't know like to get political, you guys know that, but sometimes I'll talk about it. The thing of it is we still regardless of who you voted for who you like, we all have to remember we are on the same team. We have to be good individuals, and we have to be good players on the team. And we have to try to help and respect our other teammates. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because I can say so much. No. All right, guys. Thank you for having coffee or tea with me. Have a great Saturday, right? Or Sunday. None of you are from Australia, so we're good. Have a wonderful day, guys. It was great to see you with Sophia, Maya, Brian. I just was talking about you. I'm just coming round after midweek trauma. Let's hope America won't regret their decisions. Well, I just talked about that, and I was just saying, we all have to do our part to be good human beings. That's our responsibility as individuals, right? And time will tell. And so just remember to be kind to fucking each other. It's not hard. We're all just trying to get by in life. And like Sophia said, life is short. So let's try to enjoy it. We can't control things we can't control. We just can control how we respond to them and how we live our lives with them. And so that's what I recommend everybody do. And that's what I'm going to do. And exactly 100%, never let politics get in the way of your humanity. And that's very important. All right, guys. Thanks for having coffee with me. I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Stay cozy. I love you guys to pieces. Take care, everybody.